This autumn of 2025 brings 7 print trends that perfectly match the natural elegance of mature women, and each of them offers smart ways to modernize your wardrobe. In this video, you'll discover exactly how to wear these prints in everyday life, which pieces to choose, how to pair them with what you already own, and the proportion tricks that make all the difference in the final result. Brushstroke prints, pictorial effect. Brushstroke-inspired prints are here to replace those overly perfect digital prints that dominated recent seasons. These patterns, which mimic brushstrokes, artistic smudges, and painterly textures, bring an organic sophistication that works exceptionally well for mature women. The irregularity of the shapes creates a visual effect that forgives small imperfections in the body, since the eye doesn't fixate on specific points. Unlike very graphic prints that can appear stiff, these have a natural movement that adds fluidity to the look without seeming messy. The trick to wearing brushstrokes after 60 lies in scale and contrast. Look for pieces where the brushstrokes are medium-sized, not so large that they break the body into blocks, nor too small that they cause visual clutter from afar. The best colors for this trend are combinations that include at least one neutral tone as a base. Navy with beige and touches of terracotta, or charcoal gray with off-white and strokes of moss green. Avoid overly colorful versions with vibrant primary colors that can come across as too youthful. A fluid blouse with brushstroke prints in earthy tones looks impeccable, tucked into tailored trousers, leaving just the collar and cuffs peeking out from beneath a structured blazer. The result is modern without being over the top. For dress lovers, opt for midi or knee-length styles in this print with shades that include black or dark brown as a base, since these dresses need few accessories and already deliver a complete look. Fabric matters a lot here. Choose viscose, crepe, or silk that allows the print to flow, as stiff fabrics like structured linen can make the brushstrokes appear too printed, losing the artistic quality that makes the trend compelling. Black and white prints. Monochrome contrasts. Black and white prints are back in full force because they offer visual impact without the risk of clashing color combinations. This monochromatic contrast acts as a sophisticated neutral that elongates the silhouette and matches absolutely everything in your wardrobe. The great advantage for mature women is that you can wear this trend in larger pieces without fear of looking too flashy, since the absence of color preserves elegance. The key is choosing the right type of print within this palette. Abstract black and white patterns with organic shapes work better than highly defined motifs, as they create visual interest without breaking the body into sections. Think irregular spots, overlapping shapes, or those patterns that blend different visual textures into one print. Avoid black and white prints that create obvious horizontal lines at the wrong height, like the waist or hips. A crepe blouse with an abstract black and white print pairs perfectly with black trousers and a statement necklace in silver or brushed metal. Black and white allows you to wear metallic or colorful accessories without creating visual conflict. For more formal occasions, a midi dress in this print on a more structured fabric needs no elaborate jewelry, just a pair of medium-sized earrings and a structured handbag will do. The idea here is to let the print be the star and keep the rest of the look clean. There's a common mistake you need to avoid. Don't mix black and white prints with other prints or with pieces that have strong visual textures. The contrast is already enough. If you want to break up an all-print look, add a solid piece in black, white, or medium gray. A charcoal gray long cardigan over a black and white printed blouse with black trousers creates interesting layers without visual confusion. And pay attention to the cut. This print works beautifully in clean, contemporary silhouettes, but can age your look if used in very classic or outdated cuts. Autumnal florals, dense and dark flowers. Autumn florals have nothing to do with those delicate pastel spring blooms. This trend brings dense flowers, bold foliage, and deep tones like burgundy, forest green, chocolate brown, and petrol blue. These prints carry visual weight and richness, perfect for the season and especially flattering for mature women because they offer effortless sophistication. The composition of these prints usually includes dark backgrounds with large flowers and detailed botanical elements. That dark background is your secret weapon. It works as an instant slimmer. When you wear a piece with a black or dark brown base covered in rich florals, the eye first picks up the depth of the background before processing the pattern, creating an elongating effect even with large prints. Compare that to florals on light backgrounds, which visually expand. To master autumn florals, choose a piece that includes at least 3 colors in the print, one of them being a dark neutral. This allows for interesting combinations with the rest of your wardrobe. A blouse with burgundy and mustard flowers over a black background can be worn with wine-colored trousers for a chic tonal coordination, or with dark jeans for a look that's more casual but still elegant. The key is to pick a color from the print and repeat it in another piece, creating continuity. Dresses in this print are incredibly versatile. A wrap or side-tie dress in dark autumn florals at midi length works for lunches, casual events, and even creative professional settings when paired with a plain, structured blazer. Midi length is essential as it flatters the legs without revealing too much. For those with wider hips, look for florals where the larger flowers are concentrated at the top of the garment and get smaller toward the bottom, creating a slimming visual flow. A valuable tip few apply. Wear autumn florals in third-layer pieces. A long kimono with this print over a monochromatic black look adds interest without compromising the silhouette, since the outer layer doesn't need to hug the body. The same goes for long vests or open cardigans with this print. You get the trend's impact while maintaining a sleek, elegant look. Sophisticated animal print, leopard, zebra, snake, and cow print. Animal print is no longer the bold choice that required courage to wear. It's now a sophisticated neutral in the modern wardrobe. Leopard leads as the most versatile, but zebra, snake, and even cow print appear in refined versions that work perfectly for mature women. The secret is to treat these prints as you would camel or gray, not as statement pieces that demand attention. Leopard in classic shades of caramel, brown, and black remains the easiest to wear. A long-sleeved animal print blouse with black tailored trousers and black pumps is a chic uniform that works for countless occasions. What's different in 2025 is the proportion and unexpected pairings. Wearing a leopard midi skirt with a black sweater and mid-calf boots creates a balanced look where the print doesn't dominate but adds a touch of sophisticated boldness. For those still hesitant, start with accessories and smaller pieces. A snake print neck scarf, a structured cow print bag, or zebra flats introduce the trend without overpowering the outfit if you're not fully comfortable yet. But if you want to fully embrace the trend, invest in at least one garment. The trick is to choose animal prints where the spots or stripes aren't too high contrast. A leopard in caramel and brown with minimal black is easier to wear than versions with stark contrast. There's an important rule. When you wear animal print on the bottom, keep the top solid and vice versa. This avoids visual overload and keeps the look refined. Snake print trousers with a crisp white shirt and black blazer is pure elegance. If you go for a printed blouse, pair it with solid trousers or a skirt in a color that appears in the print. For women over 60, avoid animal print in very tight or low-cut pieces, as this can throw off the balance toward a less elegant look. A trend within the trend is black and white cow print, which works surprisingly well in tailored pieces. A straight midi skirt in cow print with a black turtleneck sweater and tall black boots has a modernity that breaks from the expected. Cow print also appears in accessories like wide belts that define the waist over solid dresses, adding interest without taking up too much visual space. Refined geometric and abstract prints. The geometric and abstract prints of 2025 are subtler and more refined than the graphic, colorful versions of past seasons. Think drawn lines, overlapping organic forms, soft circles, and patterns that suggest rather than shout. These prints work exceptionally well for mature women because they deliver modernity without looking like you're trying too hard. The major benefit of refined geometrics is that they create visual movement that distracts from areas you'd prefer to downplay. A blouse with subtle diagonal lines or overlapping circles in similar tones adds visual texture without volume. The trick lies in the scale. Go for medium-sized patterns, as very small geometrics can vibrate visually from afar, while overly large ones can slice your silhouette into unwanted blocks. The best colors for this trend are tonal combinations, where geometric shapes appear in slightly varying shades of the same color family. Picture circles in light, medium, and dark gray over a medium gray background, or lines in various blues creating depth. This tonal approach keeps things sophisticated and lets you wear the printed piece almost like a neutral. For professional or formal settings, these prints are ideal. A sheath dress with a refined geometric print in gray and black conveys authority and modernity. A matching top and trouser set in subtle geometric patterns replaces the traditional suit with much more personality. The key is to keep the rest of the look minimalist. Classic shoes, structured bag, discreet jewelry. One smart way to wear this trend is in knitwear. Sweaters with abstract jacquard geometric patterns add three-dimensional interest without the visual weight of a printed fabric. A long cardigan with circles or subtle lines in camel and beige works as a third layer over monochrome looks, adding depth and sophistication. Modern stripes and pinstripes. Stripes are back, reinvented, far from those obvious marinaires. Modern pinstripes appear in varied widths, unexpected directions, and sophisticated color combinations. For mature women, stripes are powerful allies when used correctly. They naturally elongate the figure, but you have to choose wisely. Thin pinstripes on suits and tailored pieces remain the most elegant and flattering. Tailored trousers with fine vertical pinstripes in charcoal gray and black instantly lengthen the legs. The same goes for blazers and vests. The key is to find stripes subtle enough to read almost like texture from afar, but reveal their pattern up close. Avoid wide horizontal stripes at bust or hip level as they visually broaden those areas. If you love horizontal stripes, wear them on tops where they're strategically placed, wider at the shoulders to add structure, narrowing as they descend, or in pieces where you can add a third layer to break the horizontal lines. A specific 2025 trend is irregular stripes, where width and spacing vary throughout the piece. These deconstructed stripes are more flattering than perfectly uniform ones because the eye can't trace defined horizontal lines. Look for shirts and blouses with this kind of stripe in non-obvious color combos: olive green with off-white, burgundy with gray, petrol blue with camel. To create sophisticated striped looks, mix different scales. A blouse with fine pinstripes paired with a solid skirt creates classic elegance. But you can also pair fine stripes on top with a geometric or animal print skirt as long as the colors connect. The rule is to ensure one of the pieces has clearly vertical stripes to maintain the elongating effect. Checks, plaids, and reimagined tartan. Checks never truly go out of style, but 2025 brings reimagined versions that move away from traditional Scottish tartans. We're seeing checks in larger scales, unconventional colors, and unexpected combinations that work beautifully for mature women by offering visual structure without stiffness. Classic check in gray, black, and white remains the most versatile and flattering option. A Glen check or Prince of Wales blazer is an investment piece that transcends seasons. The trick is to wear checks in structured pieces like blazers, coats, and tailored trousers, where the pattern enhances the construction. Avoid checks in very fluid or draped garments as the pattern gets distorted and loses impact. A specific trend is earthy tone checks. Combinations of camel, brown, moss green, and off-white create visual richness perfect for autumn. A straight midi skirt in earthy plaid with brown mid-calf boots and a turtleneck in a matching tone is timeless elegance. Checks also appear in large scarves and shawls that add layering and interest over solid looks. For women wanting to modernize the classic, look for oversized checks where the lines forming the pattern are wider and more spaced out. These checks work especially well in shirts and shirt dresses worn as layering pieces. An oversized check shirt with rolled sleeves over a plain white tee and dark jeans is that effortless chic that's perfectly calculated. What you should avoid are very small, colorful checks that can seem dated or overly youthful. Also be cautious with checks at the waist or hip level in dresses, as the pattern's horizontal lines can add visual width. If you choose a check dress, go for straight or slightly A-line cuts that don't cling too much in those areas. Prints are never about drawing attention, but about adding dimension and personality to your look in a smart way. Each of these 7 Fall 2025 trends offers a different way to modernize your wardrobe while working in harmony with your body and personal style. Start by choosing 1 or 2 that resonate most with you and invest in quality pieces in those patterns. Pair them with the neutral basics you already own, use the proportion and placement tips, and you'll find that prints are actually much easier to wear than being stuck forever in the solid color zone. The interesting, elegant, and up-to-date wardrobe you want to build is waiting for the right prints in the right pieces.